Alright, I think that's in focus. One of the two bins that I want to share now, and I'm recording these because they've never been put on film. A lot of these I wasn't able, let me get that in focus, at least the two bins that I'm going to document today. A lot of these, when I found them, I never even was able to film them. It was either freezing cold and rain or a variety of different reasons. But I'm going to call this documentation variety points because I have a variety in these two bins of points that I want to show that, of course, in my collection, they're on the top. Just give a good look at it. And they're right here, right on the top bins. And so I just go ahead and begin. If I can get this focus to work, I wish it would just keep going. Maybe I'll put it on auto or something. This is a point that I found at the Archaic. Just loved it. Might look a little rough or whatever, but it is complete. There's nothing wrong with it at all. They have made it to be just like this. I was so happy when I found it. It just is, to me, really distinctive. And these are going to be mostly rhyolite today, both green and white. But that's just a great point in my book. It's sturdy, strong. Just really like that point. So I'll put that right there. I'll put them upside down this time. I just found this one pretty recently. Go through these pretty quickly. Sort of a Morrow Mountain point, but this is pretty cool. You know, it's pretty heavy. It's thick, so it's got some body, and I always like that. But just a nice point. And like I said, this bin here really is a variety points bin, if you will. This point was a smoker. It's just great to be able to find points that are just, I mean, look at this thing. Beautiful. And the base is not actually broken. I mean, it's a snap base, but they hafted it in just like that. I'm pretty sure it's an old break. Just a smoker. And this one, which is a really interesting point, take a look at this. Exactly the way it was made and meant to be. Again, a variety of different type of points. Older, they come from different areas. This is from the Bear too. This other one here is from, I think, Beaver Point. This one is from the Bear too. And this one's from an Archaic. I mean, it's funny that I had the names for all of these. And I just want to keep these rolling so I can get them documented. Nice points. Alright, what else we got in here? A couple more. One that is very similar to the other one I showed you, though this one's from Hidden Alley. I was just there the other day. Didn't find a whole lot. I did find that one, Guilford. But again, this was another point that was produced very similar to the other one, a Morrow Mountain type of point. And then this one, which was just a smoker. Look at this agate basin. Are you kidding me? Nice point. Other side. And you should see it wet. It's absolutely beautiful piece. Whew. Nice piece. Alright. This point was found in Notchville. Look at this piece, will you? Yeah. Sort of a white rhyolite. I don't know if that's right. It could be wrong. Look at this point. Another Morrow Mountain variety. These are variety points. Whew. Got hit by the plow a little bit, but this is really cool looking point. I'll leave it at that. Nice. Now, I move to the other bin that I want to get on this video, and I'll just go right through them. These are longer lance points. This is a smoker. Look at this thing. On the back, just worked. Everything's worked exactly the way they intended that to be. I'm going to go up with these. That's a nice point. In variety, we have varieties of agate basin, I think, or it's a Guilford variety. Don't quote me on it. I'm just guessing. I don't know them all perfectly, and naming is another thing that I talk to people about. It's funny because they were just trying to produce something in their creativity that they knew would work. They didn't sit down and say, okay, let me try to make a Guilford, or okay, I'm going to try to make a Kirk. They were making points based on the rock and how the rock was breaking and what would work for them, which is just my opinion. But that's another really nice piece I got at the Archaic. Here's a piece from the Saponi. These are all sort of a Guilford variety. Really nice. All out of just two little teeny bins that you'd hold maybe 2 fishing lures or 3 fishing lures in all together. And look at this point. You can tell where they hafted it in right there. Can you see that? If I get it in focus. Sort of a uniface, I guess they'd call it. Sort of a nice point to me, though. One of my favorites. I keep it there. This point's interesting. It's a darker variety, like a black, I think it's slate. Look at that. Nice points. Keeping an eye on my time, just trying to roll through this bin. This is one that I found in my backyard. All of them Guilford varieties. You can tell where they hafted them in. Just love these. As you can see why they'd be in that upper bin. Just finding it. These on the bottom, I mean, each row here, this top row, all one little cubby hole. I mean, a great way to keep your points. I mean, I recommend it now that I think through it and I get to illustrate some of these. And these on the bottom, let me get my focus here. These going across the bottom come from a whole nother, just one of these, you know, and there's 2 more in here. Let me check this one out. I don't even know what they are. Half the time I forgot which ones are in there, you know. You just go on to the next point or what have you. Look at that point. That's nice. That came from the Fulford Properties. Neat little Guilford variety. And then one more that had just interesting rock. Look at that rock. What a look at that. There it is. Crazy, huh? Sure as you live. Nice point. Anyway, 2 little bins, just like that. Simple, empty. They're there. Sure, they look great in a frame. I agree. Maybe one day if we get some space. But as the time's ticking on here, let me see if I can get the focus in and just go through these. Do a little tour in slow motion. You have to appreciate this kind of antiquity. These people, chances are, did not even come close to knowing one another. These people definitely, these Indians, did not exist at the same time period. The dispensation of their lives was completely different. It's just because the time span on these goes back to 9,000 BC, you know, all the way up to about 1,000 BC, up to 1,000, you know, 80. It's crazy. And so we can't just assume. Look at this point. Look at these 2 points. Nice stuff. Can't just assume that all these guys, and girls for that matter, were hanging out together. See if I can get focused. Just look at these. Nice points. So as I finish up, that's just another way you can keep them illustrated and something fun. That's a nice display.